Record. There we go. All right, we're recording now. So again, welcome everybody. Um, the tips that I can tell you on how to be successful here at Pathways are really going to be A, to trust in yourself and not give up. I can tell you, you're here to earn a diploma. A diploma is not given to you. You have to earn it. And it's going to take some hard work. And there's going to be times when you're kind of new and you're ready to start, and it's a great opportunity here at Pathways. So you start off really strong, and then life creeps in and things start, and the job and maybe family or um, illness or something kind of pops up and derails you a little bit. But remember why you're here. You told us something that convinced us that why you're here is for the right reasons. That could be because of a job, that could be because you want to better your future, earn more money. All of those things are great reasons to have a high school diploma. You want to go on to earn a certificate or go on to another educational option out there, and you need that high school diploma to do that. So remember why you're here. Remember that there's going to be bumps in the road, and it's going to be, sometimes you might feel like giving up, but remember, we are all here to help you. Communication is going to be key. Reach out to, we're in the building, even though you guys are remote. For the most part, Matt and I are in the building every day. So if you need anything from us, we're here. We can facilitate getting you in touch with Darlene or Joe or another counselor or something, or help you just kind of with the conversation, like, you got this, we believe in you. And sometimes you guys need that little extra little encouragement to get through it. And we're here to absolutely do that. Um, Attendance is going to be key, everybody. Even though you're working from home, attendance is required. And here's the thing, we're going to go over scheduling in just a little bit. Every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, you are going to be required to go into a Google chat room, which you will be invited through your district email. You got to do that because we look at attendance, and if you aren't attending, I'm going to give your spot to somebody else on the waiting list. We enroll students every 6 weeks. So if you're not ready or whatever that is, attendance is required. So remember, you have to log in and get attendance taken. Remember, if something's going on, communicate. You can email, you can call the school, you can leave a message. I know you guys are big texters and things, but text, some of the teachers have Google Text, some of them don't. Email is where it's at, people. So school email, your Adams 12 email is going to be essential. Matt sends out, he does a town hall meeting. He celebrates graduates every week on Wednesdays. He sends that out through the email. He sends a lot of other pertinent information about graduation and all that good stuff through email. So please make it a habit, just like working, that you check your email every single day. Communicate with your teacher. And last but not least, learn and have fun. Learning can be fun. And so I think a lot of students that I've seen here who have had difficulty in maybe, let's say, math, and once they start learning it and they have that aha moment, learning is fun. So have fun as well. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hand it over to Miss Darlene to give some more detailed information about our program. Darlene, I think you're muted.
I just saw a little thing pop up on my screen. Yes, my name is Darlene O'Gean. I work primarily in the daytime with the competency diploma students. And so I'll be working with a lot of you. It'll be, if you're a morning student, it'll be your first period of the day in the morning. If you're an afternoon student, it'll be during the first period And then throughout the day, I'll be working through support. But you really need to show up, because that's where we give you tips and things like that on how to get started and how to get going, and just tips. Sometimes I run into glitches with the program and I tell you about it then, and things like that. So if you're not there, then it really will affect you. So I'll see you. You'll get an invite tomorrow morning with your email to join me for class first thing tomorrow in the morning or in the afternoon. So again, my name is Darlene and I'm going to get started, and welcome to Pathways. I'm going to share my screen, and what I'm pulling up, what I'm hoping to pull up is it's the brochure flattened out. So you guys received a brochure, I think, in your folders that you got. If not, maybe take a picture. I'm just going to kind of walk you through this brochure a little bit and tell you what's on here that's really helpful for you. For one thing, on the front panel, that would be this part right here underneath the Pathways sign. There's contact information for each of us that work primarily with you in the daytime, for the most part, in the Competency Diploma program. You will have other teachers for other classes, for government and for your English class and things like that, that we don't have on this list. But this is a list where you can start, and if you need to contact any of the other people, we can help you. But if you don't have that brochure, I'd suggest you get out your phone, because I know probably all of you have one, and just snap a picture of that so you have that contact information readily at hand if you need it, if you run into problems. Okay, so this is our contact information. The top one is me, and then Joe teaches in the evening the competency, and he's also the PE teacher. He wears a lot of hats around here. Sherelle is your counselor, and so is Juana, a counselor in the afternoon and evening. So if this were the brochure and not the actual document, then when you open it up, this is what you end up with, okay? So inside of here has some information. On the left-hand side is a list of the courses that you'll take to get your diploma. And I don't need to talk a lot about this format, the way it's written, because your counselor is going to talk to you in detail about that a little bit later on in this meeting. So, but when it says first texter, it means your first texter starting. So this is how it's designed to last one school year. And we'll talk to you later about how to, maybe if you would hope to do it sooner and still learn just as much. In the middle, it talks about the end of this hexter is February 19th. Okay, so it sounds like it's a long way away, but it comes up really fast if you procrastinate. So I'm going to show you how to set your goal date in your classes so that you can, there's a definite goal that you have to pass these 2 classes by February 19th, but maybe you want to make a goal for yourself sooner. Okay, you're going to take notes, but here's some tips for success. And Joe's going to go over some of this with you later. So I'm not going to talk about it too much, except for some really important stuff. Is going to ask you, it's not about getting through this as fast as you can without getting through this, learning as much as you can and using your time wisely. Okay, so don't look for shortcuts. When I have students who try to find shortcuts to get through the classes so they don't have to learn it, it usually ends up taking them longer because they run into all kinds of glitches. If you just do it the way the course is designed, it will help you quite a bit. So basically, that's a big thing for you, is to try to just learn from it and do your best at learning from it and asking for help, and then check your schedule and show up when you're supposed to be in your meeting. I told you about that. It's going to be your first period of your school day. You're going to meet with me, and then that's where I find out what you're having trouble with, where I give you tips, where I schedule to meet with you later and all that kind of stuff. And then, but those are the big things that I want to point out about this, and Joe's going to go over that a little bit more. here's the additional resources, but Chrissy hit upon that at the very beginning with Antonio is our technical specialist. And he gave you that information at the beginning, but if you missed it, there's some information here too on how to get Chromebooks and things like that. The next panel is probably one of the most important panels for you, okay? For one thing, I want you to take a look at this ACT WorkKeys curriculum. That's what you're gonna look for to find your classes. And I'm gonna walk you through that in a little bit. So please don't tune me out. Please pay attention to this because it'll save you a lot of headaches trying to fish through stuff yourself if you pay attention. The 11 of the courses that you take are in this program called WorkKeys curriculum, okay? This is an example of what it looks like. And I'm gonna show you, this is how it's written out. It's on the Pathways website under Learning Resources on the links page. I'm going to walk you through that. Here's the web address to get exactly to it. I just wanted you to have all of that information, but I'm going to show you how to get to it from the Pathways website. This part right here, if you're not going to hang on to your brochure, snap a picture of this part right here that when I talk to you about the login information, your username is going to be your student ID at pathways.adams12.org. It's a pretend email address. They have to have an email looking address to make an account. And then your birth date is your password, 4 digits for the year. So if you have a camera, snap a picture of that. Otherwise, snap a picture of your brochure. Hopefully you have that. Okay, so I went through that kind of fast, but you have that with you. And we have class tomorrow. The next part, when you open up the front of your brochure, you'll end up with this is a big part of your helping you keep track of your own progress. Now, this is written way too small for you to read the details. So I'm going to do two things. One is I'm going to show it to you online. And the other is you have one in your folder that you can look at and you can read it because it's bigger, because this is just a picture of the tracking sheet that you'll be using. This will be emailed to you after this meeting. As soon as I get done with this meeting, that's what I'm going to be doing, is sharing your own personal tracking sheet so you know exactly what you're working on and what's coming up. Okay, this is very helpful for you. It's the way you communicate with me. And I'll explain that in more detail later, but you'll look for it in your email, okay? So it's really hard to do this when you don't really get feedback, but I'm gonna continue on. Staff members, if you have any questions that you think you might have or that I missed or that's not showing up, please let me know. Students too, if there's something you want to bring up. The next thing I'm going to show you is, now I have to use Explorer because when I use Google, it wants me to go into my actual WorkKeys account. So I'm going to show you how to go to pathways.adams12.org. That's the Pathways website. You all must have found it because you applied to us. So here's the Pathways website. This is what it looks like exactly, and I hope you can all see it. Someone will interrupt me if you're not following what I'm saying here. So under Learning Resources, I go down to Links. And the reason that it doesn't look like the logos are quite right, but I want to point something out. There's something called WorkKeys Testing, and then there's WorkKeys Curriculum. You're not ready for the testing yet. So you're doing all of your coursework, unless you come to school and take a final exam, in the WorkKeys Curriculum. And that looks like this logo when it's working. It could be because I'm in Explorer. Do you remember this logo right here? That's what I'm talking, that's what will show up on the webpage, WorkKeys Curriculum. Okay, so you click on that. And do you remember I told you your student ID is part of your username? I made a sample student and their student ID is 9A 56464 at pathways.adams12.org. And their birthday was today, January 5th, 0105 of 02. So this is our sample student. And then you cross your fingers because sometimes this takes a little while. Not usually this long. Okay, so the first thing you're going to notice might not be this page because I did a little bit of work in here to kind of show you how to get around. So you might come up with this quick guide first. This might be what shows up first. I'm sorry, this website does seem to be a little bit slow at times. Okay, so basically it might come up with this. Your classes that you start out with is this quick guide that you can go through. This, you can click on this and then it'll have you go to the next thing and the next thing, and the next thing. But your classes are right here. First, I'm going to go to graphic literacy. That's one of your 2 classes required to do. I'm sorry for the delay. Okay, so this is my graphic literacy class. I've never touched it. It thinks that I want to get this class done in April of 2021, but that's not the case because we're not at a school that takes a whole quarter to do things. So the first thing you're going to do is change the date. Okay, so you're going to change the date to February. I would say the 15th, so you have time to come in and take the final exams and meet our school deadline. Okay, so including weekends, you see you have 41 days to finish both classes. Okay, so now if you're someone who thinks you want to finish in May, obviously you might want to change that if you're motivated by the days that are there. Okay, so that's the first thing you do. The second thing you do is in every class, well, I should say in the 2 classes that you have now, there's something called a placement test. That checks to see what you understand about this topic. So nothing bad can happen. So the where you find that, and it's important, and I'll go over it tomorrow if you don't start today, go to quizzes, and that placement quiz is right here. Notice there's a lock. That's new to WorkKeys. So what it's going to make you first do is this introduction, and then you'll do this placement quiz. The introduction is going to be right at the very beginning, how to use this course. You don't have to answer anything. You just have to, this is good, especially the first time you'll want to pay attention to it. They have it in every single course. And for every single course, you have to click through it. Okay, so you'll do this right here, and then you'll be able to take the placement quiz. Okay, I'll tell you why that's important in a minute. My other class, Applied Math, I did the placement test as an example for you, and I'll show you how to tell after you take the placement exam. Oh my goodness. After you take the placement exam, if you click on quizzes again, you can see that my sample student scored a 5. Okay. If it was a 2, that's good, because that means you start on level 2 and that's where you need to start. If it's a 5, that's good, because that means you understand everything through level 4 and you need to start on level 5. So don't ever be discouraged about this placement score. So we're on level 5 right here for this test. So after you do the placement quiz, you would go to the lessons, and this student would start on level 5, where it says introduction and then fractions. I'm going to show you one more thing in this class, and then I'm going to show you where something is. Before you do the placement quiz, I want to point something out. If you're not paying attention to anything else, pay attention to this. This will help you on the math placement test. Right here where it says toolbox, click on that toolbox. Click on this last formula sheet icon. And this will help you. You can use this even on the final exam. You can use this because a lot of people don't remember that 1 mile equals 1.61 kilometers, but it sure will help you do the math if you understand this kind of stuff. So that's where the formula sheet is. That's what I wanted to show you in this. I'll clear this up more tomorrow when we meet in class, but for right now, I'm going to go to one more part that I need to explain. And you remember I told you about the formula, about your tracking sheet. Where is it? Use this one. Okay, so are you all seeing my tracking sheet now? Yes, okay. So this is what will be emailed to every single one of you. Make a copy. I don't want to mess this one up. And instead of sample, it will have your name at the top. It will be shared only with you. It won't be shared with other students. Only you can see it. So do you remember I told you you have 2 classes that you take? And I took the placement test in math. So that means here's my math, and it tells you everything has to be at 80% or higher. I took the placement quiz, and it says I'm on level 5. So that means I get to come in here, and I'm going to select all of these boxes, and I'm going to choose, this is important, choose a color other than green. And that's how you indicate to me that you think you are on level 5 of applied math. Okay, I go in, I look at this, and I say, oh, wow, let me go check their work. I check your work, and then I come in and I say, or Joe comes in, and I click on this, and I say, nice work. And once I turn it green, I make a signature on here, and I'll say something like, great score, level 5 on placement. See, and then I document it everywhere it needs to be documented officially. If you turn it green, I never notice it, and it doesn't get documented on your transcript, on your progress grades, on anything. So just don't use green, and I'll bring that up over and over again tomorrow in class. But basically, this is how you use this tracking sheet. And if you look at it closely, it tells you once you finish level 6, you're ready for this final exam. So you see, in one day, I'm, as this sample student, am ready to do level 5, 6, do the placement on graphic literacy. Who knows? Maybe I do, that's charts and spreadsheets and maps and things like that. Maybe I score a 5 on that. Look what happens if I score a 5 on graphic literacy. I come in here and I don't know why that's not going away. I go here and I fill it up, and you tell me, and then I turn it green. Whoops, wrong thing. I come in and turn it green. Look what's next. The next cell is that you're ready for the final exam. Boom. Day 2, you're ready to take your final exam. You have 2 more levels in math, and this class is done. I do know that once the momentum starts, once you start passing classes, that you find success and motivation And that's how you get things done. And when I add the next two classes, you'll see that one is going to be work documents and the one after that is going to be financial awareness. I feel like I've given you a lot of information. I'll give it to you again tomorrow when we get in class and clear things up. Again, I showed you your login information on the brochure. And so I am going to move on and let you listen to Sherelle, our counselor, during the daytime, because she's going to talk to you about some more things. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Thanks, Darlene. Okay, so everyone do me a favor. I'm going to turn off my camera really quick. Also look at the chat. Please add your name in the chat if you haven't done so. Chrissy just put that in there, but I'm going to turn off my video. I'm going to stand up and stretch, and I want you guys to do that too, because that way you're actually hearing what I have to say that's next. Okay, so turn off your videos and stretch. I don't really know if all of you did, but I did. And I think Chrissy did. I think I saw her. So, okay. So you can turn your videos on, leave them off. I don't mind. But next we're going to get into talking about more about like your classes, how they're set up, and the order of classes, like Darlene said I was going to bring up earlier. So I'm going to share my screen. Wish me luck. Oh, Darlene, can you stop sharing? Because I can't share until you stop sharing. Well, just in case, Darlene might have ran out of the room. You guys,
no, sorry, I didn't unmute.
it's okay. Can you stop sharing so I can share?
Oh, yes, I'm so sorry. There we go.
Okay, thank you. No, hold on just a second. There it is. Okay, you guys should be able to see the list of classes. Chrissy, can you give me a thumbs up? Is that what you see? Okay. So if you guys look at these classes, as Darlene talked about before, they are separated into 6 hexters. So the first hexter, it says first hexter would be what classes you take. The first hexter, you start attending pathways. Okay, so the first 2 classes you will be taking is applied math and graphic literacy. If you have, if you're an ELL student, an English language learner, you actually will also be taking an ELL course, and you'll also be attending a lab with Susie, one of our teachers, and Vivian, one of our student support coaches. You'll know by looking at your schedule if you do have one of those classes, and Juana a little bit later is going to share an example of some of our schedules and what they look like. And she'll talk about what that would look like on your schedule if you do have one of those classes. There are a total of 14 classes if you are an ELL student. If you are not, you have 13 classes total. If you've already passed, so go down here with me into Hexter 4. I'm circling it here. If you have taken government and passed it in your prior high school experience, then that will take the place of one of your classes. So bingo, you're already done with one of the classes if you pass government. If you have it, no biggie, you'll just be one of your classes that you have to take with a competency-based program. So as Darlene said, this is the flow of the classes. If you see there's highlighted classes on this page. And what the highlighted classes mean are those are the ones that have placement tests. So Darlene talked about that. Not all of them have placement tests, but these do. And then US government, if you do have to take that class, is located in a different place. It's located in Edgenuity, but that won't be for a few hexters. So you don't need to worry about that right now. For ELL classes, that is actually my English lab. And if you have one of those classes, your teacher will set you up with that. Otherwise, most of the classes besides at the bottom here, senior seminar, all the other classes are located in WorkKeys. And Darlene already went into the WorkKeys classroom with the sample student. She will do that again. You will get lots of help with that when you attend her support class, and also Joe has a support class as well if you're in his class. So back to the flow of classes, all of the highlighted ones have a placement test. So you will want to try the very hardest that you can, all from your own knowledge, to try to get a really good score on that. And then that's where you would start in the actual class, just like Darlene mentioned earlier. So I'm just scanning this to make sure there's not anything else I wanted to bring up. You all probably, honestly, you might not have received one of these in your folder, but you did receive, like Darlene talked about, the pamphlet. It has all these classes mentioned. When we are, and if we are in person, you will see that I actually keep track of all of your classes, and so does Juana, on one of these sheets when we do your grad plan. Okay, so right now I'm going to stop sharing. Okay, and so the next thing I want to talk to you about is, and Darlene also mentioned this too, is how this is a self-paced program. So self-paced meaning you can go as quick as you want to do this program. But one thing I want to focus on there is you want to make sure you're learning along the way. Okay, this is school, this is a diploma. We expect you to be learning while you're going through the program. That said, it doesn't mean that you can't go as quickly as you want. So at traditional high schools, you will have like a bunch of classes that you have to pass over a semester, right? We have hexters, so they're traditionally about 6 weeks long. Some are shorter, some usually aren't longer than that. But that's the time that you have to complete your classes. Well, with competency based, it doesn't always take a whole hexter to get done with both the classes that you need within that hexter. So what we do, you pass those first 2 classes, you get another class. And we'll just keep adding classes. So that means where it said 6 hexters to do all of the classes, it might take you 3 hexters, especially if you've already passed government. Okay, so that means some of you right now in this like, you know, orientation will be graduated in May, and you can graduate in May with this diploma. And I hope that lights a fire. And I will be there to help keep it lit, as will the rest of the staff that are present, just to keep encouraging you, to let you know that it is within your grasp. Even if it's not 3 hexters, it might be 4 hexters. And what it shouldn't be is more than 6 hexters. Okay, so that means all of you should be graduating by December. Okay, so that should be pretty encouraging. I hope that it is. There are some things that I need to remind you of that Chrissy has already mentioned, Darlene has already mentioned, that attendance is key. It is so very important to come every single day, Monday through Thursday, to your classes. If you do not, and if you cannot, for some really good legitimate reason, then you communicate with your teachers and you let them know. I would like to also be copied on an email to your teachers when you are communicating with them, to let them know. Not only can I help with attendance, I can also help just with communication, period. And on that word, second key is communication. Very, very important. And as Chrissy already mentioned, Gmail, our school email, which is the email that you need to use, not personal email. Your school email is a huge way to keep communication going, especially during this remote time. So please, please, please check your email every day, reach out, and let us know if you need anything. And I think that is everything I was going to say. So thank you and welcome. So glad all of you are here. And I think next up is Miss Wana. I can't hear you,
We
Wana.
can hear you, yeah.
You might want to try the leave and come back trick.
I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and Joe, can we go ahead and skip to you and then we'll have Juana rejoin us when she rejoins the meeting?
Of course, I can jump in at any moment.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Joe. I'm the nighttime competency teacher. Can you guys see me and hear me? All I see is you, Chrissy. Okay. I'm the nighttime competency teacher, and I also teach PE throughout the day and at night. So if you need help and Darlene's not available or something, you can always ask me questions. I'm more than willing to help. There'll be a couple of nights a week that I go in and do testing and for you. So if you need to get in at night and test, you can't come in during the day with Darlene. I'll be there at night to set up the test for you and do stuff like that. Basically, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share some success points, but technically, everybody's already went over everything I'm going to do, everything I'm going to say. They stole my thunder. So I really don't have much to say here, but I'm going to share the success tips and that with you that I think is most important. So I'm going to share my screen real fast. Hold on. As you can see, these are the tips of success that we think are the most important. Stay on top of your classes. That means that, you know what, if there's a day where you're just not feeling it, you know, we understand. We're that way too. We understand, but stay on top of them as much as possible. Don't wait 2 or 3 days to do a class and then try and say, oh, I need to get this done by Friday, because it's not going to happen. Stay on top of them. Try to get classes done as you can. And pick the class. You have math and literacy to begin with. Literacy is kind of like a locating type thing. So if you're really good at like finding stuff like crossword puzzles and stuff like that, maybe start with literacy. Don't go with math. If you're stronger with math, go with math. So as you get more classes, pick the classes that you think you're strongest in, get them done first. That way you can stay on top of them, and you can, maybe if you need help with the other ones, you can always ask us for help. And as everybody said, check in every day with your teacher. I cannot tell you how much this is, how important that is. Also, you know, when I say check in with them, don't just check in and then stay, and then you walk away from your computer and that, you know, ask them questions. Make sure that they're there. Make sure that you understand what you're supposed to be doing. Make sure that you are, you know, you're up on date on what's going on. Like Darlene said, sometimes we have glitches with systems. We can't give tests, or, you know, there's things that happen with the system that day. You know, it's technology. Everybody loves it, but you know, what can you do? It doesn't love us all the time. So just try and, you know, make sure you ask questions and get in there, and make sure you're staying around and working on your classes. Don't just check in and check out. Check in and do your classes. Ask for help. If you get stuck, usually we're in the building and we can see if you're stuck. We can't do that now. I don't have a crystal ball that says, ooh, so-and-so stuck on math. You got to let us know. If you need help, please let us know. You can share your screen with us. we can share our screen with you. We can find ways to help you out that way. I've actually had a personal Zoom call with one of my students in the morning, and we were able to get through math with her because of it. Really and truly finish a class about every 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. Some of them won't take you 3 weeks, some of them will. That's why I'm saying every 3 weeks, because like applied tech will probably take you about 3 weeks, but customer service may take you a week. So that's how it balances out. Keep track of your classes on the tracking sheet. I cannot tell you how many times I've asked students to update their tracking sheets, and that's the only way that Darlene and myself have to know what you guys are doing. We don't have time to go in and check 100 students' accounts each week and say, oh, they finished math, so I need to add a new class. You have to let us know what you're doing. You have to let us know that you're finishing. That way we can do it. And we're asking you to do it by the Thursday of each week. That way, because progress grades are due on Friday, that way we have time to update the grades and make sure that they're done and you guys are getting the right grades. Because you may have finished math, but if it's not marked on the sheet, you're not getting a passing grade for that week. You're going to get a not finished grade for that week. Basically, it looks like an F. It really means not finished. So that's what it means. There's 4 tests. Does anybody have any questions right now on those? First 5? Anybody? Going once? Going twice? Sold. Okay. Number 6. Get in and take tests for applied math, graphic literacy, workplace documents, and applied tech. These are the 4 classes that you have to come into the building and take tests for. As soon as you get them done, come in and take the test. And how you will do that is on the Pathways website will be time slots set up for you to sign up for. You must sign up for them because we still have to keep the building at a certain number of people. So we need to know how many students are coming in that day. And like I said, you can do it at night. There's morning, afternoon, and evening available. If you need to come in at night for some reason, I'll be there a couple of nights a week, or at least one night a week, probably 2. And there's other people there that can help you out also. So make sure you come in and get those tests out as soon as you finish those classes. That way the knowledge is still fresh and you remember how to do the things, okay? Make sure all your practices are at 75% or better and all quizzes are 80% better. I can't tell you how many times I've had to go in and somebody said, oh, I marked off, I'm done with level 5 in math. I go in and half the practices are below 75%. They've had to go back and do it. You can't do that. We have to have it 75% or better, and 80% or better on the quizzes. And number 8, communicate when you're not going to be in class or if you need anything. We are here to help you. I cannot stress that enough. I know that's a reoccurring thing is we are here to help you to make sure you get this done and get through high school. If you need any help at all, we're here. We have resources. We can help you out. If you need, talk to a counselor, Sherelle or Juana is always available. We also have Pete. He can help you out also. He's part of our counseling team. And the other thing is keep in touch with your counselor, not just about if you need help, but also about your classes. If you're not understanding something, or maybe you thought government was done in high school. Maybe you thought government was done at your last high school. And you're like, well, wait a minute, you're saying it's not, but I thought I passed it. Talk to your counselor. Make sure that you are staying in touch with the counselor about the grad plan. See where you are. Make sure that the date that you want to get out of the school, you're done. Stay engaged with school. It's so easy to fall by the wayside with this virtual learning. And you got to stay engaged. And that's what we're here to help you with. If you're having trouble, please contact us. Let us know. And as said earlier, the Hexter ends on February 19th. That's coming up. It seems like it's a long way away, but it's really, when you strike it down, it's not. It's basically 20 days of classes, 24 days of classes. So you got to get this stuff done. That does mean you may have to work either after school or on the weekends. If you really, really want to get this done and get out of here by May, you're probably going to want to do that. Probably want to spend some extra time outside of the normal class time. Does anybody have any questions about that? Let's see here. Okay, I know this was showed to you earlier, but I want to show it to you again. Like I said, some of my thunder was stolen, but log on is your student ID at pathways.abs12.org, and your password is your birthday, 2 month, 2 day, 2 year, and that's what it looks like. Is if you put your student ID number in there, because believe me, I've had a student actually type in student ID at pathways.abs.org before. So, right, because when I say it, that's what they think. They think, oh, student ID. But let's make sure you put in your numbers, okay? I would do that too. I'd be like, oh, why student ID? Just type in student ID. But no, let's make sure you guys do that. And then your birthday, 2 year, 2 day, 2 month, 2 day, 2 year. That's how it logs on. Does anybody have any questions? I didn't see any. Anybody have any questions? Any students have questions? Did I forget anything? Anybody? The smarter ones in this group? Jerry, Darlene?
Students, you can unmute yourself to ask questions. That's okay.
Yeah, please do. I don't like silence. I'm a PE teacher.
Mm-mm.
I coached basketball for 25 years. Come on, noisy gyms. I love them.
That's right.
Okay, well, now I think are we going back to Juan or are we going to Jerry?
Let's go back to Juana. Juana, let's see if you're, and Joe, I think if you can unshare.
I'm
And
already
then
doing it.
let's see,
Hear
thank
me?
you. Let's see if Juana's got a voice now.
Anything?
Yes.
You can hear me? I don't know what happened. I was on it all morning. Like Joe said, technical issues. All right, guys. I'm gonna just go over a couple things about schedules. So bear with me. I'm gonna share my screen too. Can everybody see the example schedule? All right. So this is what an example schedule will look like. If you're a morning student, this is exactly, or an evening student, this is exactly what it's going to look like. You'll have periods 1, 2, and 3. Your fourth period is where we enter in your classes. So don't think that you have to come in for those periods. It's just that's what it's there for. We have 55-minute classes starting at 8 a.m. For first hour. And then I'm going to just scroll down for a minute. And then this is an afternoon schedule. So periods 5, 6, 7. And again, that 8th period is where we're going to enter in your classes that you're going to be taking. So these students will be with Darlene first hour. And then they'll have a lab with Susie, which this is going to be your ESL class. And this is kind of the class that you'll be taking with her. And she can talk to you more about that if you're one of those students. And if you're not, you'll probably be either have digital attendance or you'll be back in the lab with Darlene or Joe. So everybody sees this digital again. Again, this is not an actual class. You will not be in a class with Judith. This should be your off period. You still need to be working on your classes. And if you have any questions, please contact your teachers. But still continue working on those classes because you're in school 3 hours a day. So keep continuing to work. And then the afternoon session will start at 12:20. And again, 55-minute classes. And then if you're an evening student, we'll start at 4 o'clock and then end at 6:55. And the times are on, sorry, I forgot to show this. The times are on the pamphlet. They're on the back side. So if you know what session you are, these are going to be the times that you're going to be coming in. Share my screen. Okay. Graduation plans. I just wanted to touch base on that a little bit. Sorry, Sherelle had a question.
I did have one quick question to ask.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I don't know if I was listening right, but when you were saying about the attendance digital, you said that that's an off hour, but just time for us to be able to, work on our work if we're missing anything.
Right. So don't just log off and say that I'm done with school.
Okay.
Just continue working on during that period. You're just not checking in with the teacher.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you very much.
Okay, yes. And Sherelle said you might have a class with Tara or Deb. That's also an option. So you'll either kind of see support group or some sort of she'll invite you to a Google, like the Google Meets and all those things if you have any questions. So, and then I just wanted to touch base on about grad plans too. Sherelle and I will each make you an individual grad plan. And over the next couple days, maybe week, give us maybe a couple week or two, we want to meet with you to talk about grad plan, to set goals, to see when you want to graduate, to clarify any concerns or questions that you might have. So when we meet with you, please bring questions. And if you don't have any, that's okay. And you can always contact us anytime when those questions come up. So don't be scared to do that. And our grad plans look differently. So depending on who your counselor is, we'll share a digital copy with you and go over it. Also, if you need social and emotional support, I know things come up. It's pandemic, things are unknown. Maybe things are hard at home or at work or anything. We're here to help you. So Monday through Thursday, we'll always have a counselor or a mental health professional in the school. So let's say today I kind of had a bad morning and I just needed to go in and talk to somebody. You can definitely do that. You can shoot us an email saying, are you available at this time? And, you can stop by and talk to us. Same thing if you need resources. You might need food or clothes or things like that. We can help you get connected with stuff like that. Ways to schedule our meeting too. We'll share our phone numbers with you. As soon as we get logged into our Gmails, you can set up an email or you can look for us on our Gmail. You can type in our name. I can show you how to do that and say, whatever questions or, I need a meeting, whatever you want to do. You can also look for us through our website, the Pathways website. We do have a counseling page that you can find any of the counselors or any of the teachers or staff. You can always call and leave us a message on our office phones. That's always fun. And we also, Sherelle and I do use Calendly. I think her link is on our website. And then I can share mine out with students. I'm happy to. So does anybody have any questions so far? All right. Well, it's good to meet you, or good to see kind of some of you guys, and we'll hopefully meet with you guys in the next couple days. So, and then I'm going to leave it to Jerry to talk about senior seminar.
Okay. Hello, all. Hopefully I will get to my little, oops, that's not it. Here we go. Okay. So senior seminar is something that you'll hear about when you're close to graduation. And so it's always an exciting time because you know that you're very, very close. And basically, you'll either get invited to the Google Classroom, or we have codes that you can join for the 11th and 12th graders. In this class, you have 4 surveys in Naviance, and then there are 2 additional assignments. They're post-secondary assignments. It's a resume and then an exit ticket. I can help you as much or as little as needed. Some people like to just join the class, follow the instructions, do it all independently. And so it really doesn't matter. But the great thing is logging into Naviance has gotten a lot easier. There's now a single sign-in, but basically anything that you need help with, I will help you with it. And it is not a class that you have to log in and join with me. It's done on a digital basis, or we can have Google Meets and do it that way, but you don't have to attend. Okay. All right, so let me go back. And if you have any questions, you can email. And what you'll kind of notice is when, if you want to get in touch with a teacher, at the bottom of the last email they sent to you, they have several ways to get in touch. Their email, their phone number, Calendly. Some people have text numbers. So just reach out and any of us are happy to help you out if you're having trouble with something. But thank you. All right, let me stop sharing. Hold on.
All right, Jerry, thank you so much. Oh, there we go. Hello, everybody. Again, we're kind of doing a little backwards planning here. Now that you've heard all of us talk about all the different teachers, there was some late people that joined a little late. If you did join late, I was making some phone calls because we did not have perfect attendance, darn it. I counted the teachers too, so that threw my numbers off. If you joined us late, again, please put your name in the chat. That's how we're taking attendance. Go ahead and put your name in the chat. I am going to right now, because I do have teachers that were bouncing back and forth between two different meetings. I'll go ahead and start. I want to do some teacher introductions because as we talked about, there's a whole bunch of staff members here to help you. So I think most of us are sharing our faces, except, well, we'll share our faces with, there's Lana and maybe Judith. And I see Tara's with us. I see Susie's with us. So we'll do just a quick little round robin on, we are all here. We are your team. We work for you. My name is Chrissy. I'm the assistant principal. I'm pretty much in the office most days. So another very, very useful tool is our website. All of our emails and our phone numbers are on the website, pathways.adams12.org. Like somebody said, you went there to apply, so I know you guys know how to get there. If you leave messages on people's phones, it does go to their email, so they'll get it and they'll call you back. Please leave a phone number and please answer your phone. If you don't have a voicemail set up, that's another business thing. This school's a business now. Your business is to graduate and our business is to help you get there. So make sure that you leave a voice message because if you don't have those set up, we can't leave messages or communicate. And I hope you also heard email, email, email. So I will popcorn it to somebody else to do introductions. Maybe I'll pick Susie. Susie?
Hi, everybody. Welcome. My name is Susie Lenny. I am going to share my screen just really quick. I'm not going to do a big presentation. Welcome to Pathways. My name is Susie Lenny. I am the English language development teacher. Also on this call is Viviane Mendez, and she's the English language learner support coach. I want you to do this right now. I want you to put us as key contacts in your phone. We are support English language learners, but tomorrow, if you are having troubles logging in, you can text us. And we'll do whatever we can to help you. We'll get you to the right person. So right now, if you need Spanish, if you prefer Spanish, Viviane is from Puerto Rico. She's bilingual. So you can text Viviane at 970-591-3185, or you can text me, call me at 970-591-3670. A lot of information is coming at you right now today. If you are having problems logging in, getting into your email, finding the Google Meet, let us know. Please do that right now. In the chat room, once you have done that, please type done. If you are an English language learner, and I'll keep talking while you're making key contacts of Susie, you can call me by my first name, Susie, and Viviane by our first name. We go by first names. If you're an ELL student, your morning session, if you're in the AM session, you will have my class, our class at 9 a.m., and that's considered second period. If you're in the afternoon, you will have our class 6 period, and that is at 1:20 p.m. If you are in the evening session, you'll have us first period, which is at 4 p.m. I will stop sharing. Just want to say a big welcome. Tomorrow's going to be a busy day. Let us know if you need help. Please type done in the chat room when you are done. Making key contacts out of our phone numbers. Katie's done, Jocelyn's done, Mia's done, Kenny's done. Choff, it's just your school. Done, done, done. We're getting tons of dones. Thank you so much. Welcome. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
I'm going to pop in and go next. My name is Tara Vigil. I'm one of the learning specialists. As I think Juana said, you might have my class, or you might have a lady named Deb Jaggard. She's the other learning specialist, but we are here to help support you. If any of you have IEPs, you will definitely be meeting with us, and we will help around services on that. And then we're here to support anybody that needs some help. So just another point of contact. Welcome to Pathways.
Well, I'm Jerry. I'll introduce myself because I probably just blew into talking about senior seminar and didn't even bother to introduce myself. But my name is Jerry and welcome to Pathways. And I look forward to working with you.
Hello. Can you hear me? Good. Okay. I'm Vivian. I work with Susie with the English language learners, but also I'm a student support coach in Pathways. So I'll be in contact with a lot of you. Susie shared my phone number in the screen, so keep it with you, handling, and remember my name. So if you need anything, if you would like to set up an appointment with any of your teachers, if you are trying to get in touch with your counselor, I can help you. You can just send me a text message. Please, Vivian, can you help me schedule an appointment with my counselor? And then I'll be happy to do that for you. Also, I'll be in the building twice a week, starting next week during the lab hours. You're more than welcome to sign up to come in and work in the building and get an extra help. There's another student support coach. His name is Ethan, and we split the days between us. So if I am Tuesdays and Thursday, then he will be there on Mondays and Wednesday, or vice versa. Also, Fridays are available for meetings with teachers to work one-on-one, teachers' hours. So if you would like to work with any of your teachers one-on-one, you can let us know and we can schedule an appointment with any of your teachers for any Friday. Welcome to Pathways. Yo hablo español, si prefieres hablar en español. Lindo día.
I'll go next. Hi, welcome to Pathways. My name is Judith and I work with Matt and Chrissy as one of the administrators. I'm usually in the office. It's going to be Monday through Thursday. I'll be there from 2 until 6. So for those students that need to come in and do some testing, or if you're picking up paperwork or anything like that, no doubt you'll be coming into the building, you'll sign in, excuse me, and you may have your temperature taken at that time. And then, if you're going to be testing with Joe or someone else, just let us know. You'll also see Josh, who's in the building in the afternoon, and Miss Rebecca, who will probably buzz you guys into the main area. Again, I work with Chrissy and Matt, and we are the administrators of the building. If there's anything you need, anything at all, if you need help logging on, if you need help reading your schedule, any kind of help at all, we're here. So we're really glad that you're, on board, and we want to get you graduated, and welcome to Pathways. And Happy New Year.
Thanks, Judith. Thanks. So thank you for your attention. There's one more thing I want to do before we leave, because none of this stuff can happen tomorrow unless you can log into your email. Okay? So I want everyone to open another tab on their computer, and I want them to go to their emails, their Adams 12 email. So Antonio, you on the call? I see you there.
Yeah, I am. I'm on both calls, so I'm like jumping back and forth.
Okay, is it a good time for you to walk students through how to, we have not, so if you were attached to another Adams 12 school, we didn't reset your password. It should be the same if you were at Northglenn High School, if you're at Horizon, Legacy, whatever, it should be the same thing. So what I want everybody to do is I want everybody to go ahead and if you go to the Pathways website, we'll all do this together. Pathways.adams12.org. I'm doing it with you. Okay, and then if we go to the links, so on the top, if you go to Learning Resources, links at the very bottom, hit that one. And then you'll see the Adams 12 student login. I think I'm doing this right. Does everybody see that? You can unmute yourself, don't be afraid. You're going to hit the little G. I have my dashboard up now. I don't know what you guys see. Everybody's a little bit different. You hit that G Suite Gmail, and then you should be able to log into your email. So what I want is everyone to do that right now. If you're having problems doing that, Antonio, would you please in the chat put again your email? When we started at the very beginning, we had that Antonio's Adams 12 email. If you cannot log into your email, your District 12 email, I need you from your own email address to email Antonio, give your first, your last name, a phone number that you can be reached at, and your student ID number. Student ID number will always be the same. It's the same as your prior school. And then what he will do is he will reach out to you, probably need to password reset you and get you all squared away. If not, you can, if for some reason you didn't write his email down, he actually just put it in the chat. Again, where do you go? Pathways website, go to the teacher's emails, find Antonio there, and his email will be there. So let's take a moment to do that. And again, I'm going to reiterate, Darlene and Joe are going to send you an invite to your Google Classroom. It's just going to be a virtual classroom. Instead of getting in your car or getting in the bus or whatever you do to come to school, nope. Sit down, log on to your computer, join that virtual classroom during your scheduled time, and you'll see an invite from them, and they will be there waiting for you tomorrow. And I think tomorrow we'll probably go over a lot of this. We have information bombarded you today. We'll go over logons so you can make sure that you know where to go and what to do. So lots of information today. Don't worry about it. Teachers will be in their classrooms tomorrow helping you through this. The next thing I want to say is it looks like everyone who's on this meeting has a device to work with. If for some reason you do not have a Chromebook, a computer, a device to work from home, Antonio can get you one. Again, all he needs to know is that you need one. So please go ahead and email Antonio and say, hey, my name is Christine Koenig. 012362 is my student ID number, and I need a device. We'll go ahead and have those prepared on Wednesday, and they'll be available for Thursday pickup here at Pathways. So if you need a device, please, we've got some, we can get them to you. And I think I'm going to go ahead and leave this meeting open to host any questions. If you're able to log onto your email, Adams 12 email, fantastic, we're done. If you need a device to work on, email Antonio, Thursday pickup on those. And then, oh, and the hours are going to be 8:30 until 2:30 on the pickup, okay? 8:30 to 2:30 on Chromebook pickups. And I'll go ahead and keep this meeting open and host individual questions, concerns, anything like that. Again, I appreciate your attention. I know it's a lot of information. So I'll go ahead. If you have logged into your Adams 12 email, we're good to go. Have a fantastic day. We'll see you tomorrow. Classes start tomorrow. If you have,
Miss, can you, after learning resources, where were we supposed to go?
so you're at the Pathways website? Yeah, if you hover over the learning resources, go down to the links. Do you see that? Hit the links, and then right there is pretty much all of the websites that we use. And for your student login, it's going to be that first tab that says Adams 12 5-star school student login. Do you see that?
Yeah.
All right, Mia, thank you. Seth, you doing okay? Seth, doing okay?
Yeah, I just need to get a
Wonderful.
password
Okay,
change to get about it.
great. Karen, you're able to log in?
Yeah, I'm on the Adams 12 5-star school
Email?
thing through the links.
Oh, okay, so go ahead and hit that link and then log on. I think it's like student ID number. Antonio, what is it? When logging on, and he put the URL in the chat too. If you
Repeat
don't
your
know,
question, Chrissy. Sorry.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Antonio.
I said repeat your question. What is the?
Do they put their, generally it's student ID number and then whatever their password is?
Yeah. So
Student ID
I'm
number,
going to share my screen and I'll show you how it goes. Just to show them the way that you were mentioning it.
Okay.
It'll be pretty quick.
Thanks, Antonio. See, he's much better with this computer stuff.
All right. So as you guys can see on my screen, this is the Pathways website. And then she was mentioning going to learning resources. And then if you click on links, it'll take you to this page here. So for your student login, so you can get into your student portal, you just click on this guy here. It's going to take you to here. So I'm going to log in because this is my wife's computer. And this is exactly what you're going to do. You're going to put your student ID number, and then you're going to put in your password. Your student ID number isn't going to look like mine because mine is an employee ID number and it adds letters to it. But it'll look similar. And then you put in your password. If you don't know your password or your student ID number, just send me an email. It's going to be easier for me to track just because I'm in both meetings, and it'll be easier for me to communicate with you. And I can call you, just leave your number. You don't have to worry about this code thing. This is just an employee thing. It'll just take you to the next page. Let me just put in my code.
That didn't pop up for me. Like I was already logged in, and then it still says Northland High School, and then it says Pathways, Extended Education.
Yeah, is that Mia talking? Who's talking?
No, it's Karen.
Karen? Okay, yeah, Karen, Ms. Holton over there hasn't withdrawn you guys yet, so it'll still say North Glen High School, but we're working on that right now. We had to wait till they posted grades from the first semester, and they just did that. So Ms. Holton is removing you guys right now, and my registrar is bringing you in. So
Okay.
you'll be changed over. Yeah, you'll see.
Are we supposed to log out and then log back in, or it's just gonna stay like that?
It'll be there tomorrow, honey.
Okay.
And if for some reason it's not, just call the school, okay?
Okay.
And I'll make sure we get things figured out.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I mean, after you log in, this is what it should look like. it'll just say dashboard, and this is where you'll either have your Google Drive there. You'll also have your Gmail. So if you clicked on Gmail, it'll take you to your Gmail. And this is where all your teachers going to send you the links to their classes, and they'll pop up on the left-hand side here under rooms. It'll also pop up an email saying like, hey, you've gotten a link to join my class, click here, and that's it. And you'll be able to jump into their Google Meet. Any questions?
All right, everyone. I think if everyone's good, speak now or forever hold your peace until tomorrow. Adriana, you doing
Still
okay?
need to have my password reset.
No problem. Would you please go ahead and use Antonio's information, and he'll do that, and he'll call you back or email you back.
Yeah, we'll.
Just send, yeah, his email is in the chat there. If you just scroll, it's a ways back, but do you see it?
Yeah, there it is.
Perfect. Yeah. Antonio,
Thank you very much.
yeah, I think that's the most important thing right now, guys, is to be able to get in, because once you can get into the teacher's virtual classroom, I know they're going to take good care of you. So first step on that is those logins. So just communicate. It's not a big deal. If you can't get in, we will get you taken care of. Adriana, you doing okay?
Miss Chrissy, where would I be able to see my schedule?
So, you know what? Why don't, because we added you a little late, Mia. I know. I'll give you a call here in a second, okay?
Okay.
I'll just give you a call. And do you know how to, Mia, if you can get into Infinite Campus, your schedule should be in Infinite Campus. But I think you were from North Glen too, right? They posted, yeah, they posted their grades a little late. So I'll call you and give you your schedule.
Okay.
All right, what do we got going? Seth, can I leave? Yep, Seth, you're good to go. If you could log into your email, you're good to go. Reading the chat here.
So tomorrow to log in or try to log in again? Since when we like go to the links, all of our websites from our Northglen pop-up.
Yeah, you're still attached to North Glen. We're gonna get that taken care of.
Okay.
And whatever you use to log in there will work once you are pulled in as a primary pathway student. Your password and your login will remain the same. And Seth, yes, you can leave if you were able to log in. I'm reading some things in the chat. Karen, are we supposed to log into our Pathways email? Yes. That we're going to make. It should be the same. If Karen, if you're still with us, it should still be the same as your last school. Your
Okay, so my email's not gonna change.
correct. It
My
always
email's not gonna change.
it won't stay. It will stay the same. Yes, it will stay the same.
Okay, thank you.
Yepers. Where else are we? Adriana, yes, I emailed Antonio for my password reset. Great, Adriana, if I don't see you here, but he'll get with you, okay? And I don't know who, oh, I think it's Hoffman. If you need your password reset, email Antonio, please. I think that is it Charles Hoffman? I can't remember. Yeah, just email him. Can you hear me? I see you're right there, Mr. Hoffman.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, just email Antonio. He'll do a password reset for you, okay? Who else do we have in here?
All right.
Thank you, honey. I'm not able to log in, but I'm emailing Antonio. Perfect. Okay. Seth, you good? I see Seth is still here. We'll get you password reset. He'll call you or communicate email. All right. Any other questions? Or, oh, Adriana wants back in. Hi, Adriana. Everything okay? Adriana, are you there? If you want to talk.
Hi, sorry, my internet keeps going like in and out and saying unstable connection.
Okay, no worries. Could you, did you log into your email?
I'm about to right now. Antonio just sent me what my new password is.
Super duper. Wonderful. Thank you. Okay, so I think we're going to go ahead and conclude this meeting. Thanks everybody for joining, and classes start tomorrow. If you need anything, call. Thanks everybody. Bye.